it's quite surprising that out of 60 assembly seats here, 15 seats are held by 3 families. You will witness a substantial surge in BJP's vote share and seat share. As far as TMC is concerned, I think they are the scam masters. I think BJP is not anti-church or anti-Christians. People forget about the fact.
Days ahead, before Meghalaya goes to polls, we have seen all national parties, be it TMC, BJP, they've roped in star campaigners for the state. We've seen similarly with BJP, just a few days ago, we have seen star campaigners campaigning for the candidates. And this time we're seeing BJP contesting in all the seats. Here we have with us BJP National Secretary Rituraj Sinha, who's also the in charge for Northeast. Sir, from your day one of assessment, because I've seen you've briefed us several times, your assessment from then and now, because we're here right now, we're speaking just 4 days ahead of elections. How do you see the BJP? Where does it stand? Is there really that Modi wave? Has it been there or not in Meghalaya?
Well, I think, in the last 3 months, if you see the fact is that the central schemes of the Modi government have had tremendous impact in the state of Meghalaya. Whether it is the free rice, or it is Ayushman Bharat, free healthcare, or it is schemes like Jal Jeevan Mission, which is tap water connection to every household, PM Awas Yojana. These have had significant impact and they've built significant trust for PM Modi and his commitment to development. On the other hand, people in this state also seem to be clearly fed up of rampant corruption, illegal coal mining, families dominating the politics of the state. It's quite surprising that out of 60 assembly seats here, 15 seats are held by 3 families. So people are fed up with what they have currently, and at the same time they constantly compare with the impacts of the Modi government's pro-poor schemes and the transformation of the other northeast states which are currently led by BJP governments. So there's a clear contrast. They are comparing Meghalaya to the rest of the northeast. At one level there is trust in PM Modi. On the other hand, there is comparison with other northeastern states. People clearly want change. That is what I have observed. And whether there is a Modi wave or not and how strong is the wave will be evident in a few weeks' time rather.
Okay. Now, we see that since you're also the in charge, this is your first time as an in charge in the Northeast. Do you think, because what we've witnessed is in the past, BJP has managed to secure, it's always been that trend, like 2-3 seats. Why do you feel that this time this party has decided to contest all the seats? What is that game changer that is going to be this time in this 2023 elections that makes you feel that, no, the party will get more than 3 seats?
Well, like I said, at one level, it's Prime Minister Modi's work that has gained a lot of trust in Meghalaya as it has across the country. Number 2, there is a massive outreach that the Modi government has made for the tribal population. Our president today is from the tribal community. There is a massive outreach program led by Prime Minister Modi's instructions and our National President JP Naddaji's instructions to the minority communities, particularly the Christian community. All of this come together. And I see that in the state of Meghalaya, even as in the past we've had just about 9-10% vote share, and you're correct, we have barely 2 seats in the 60-member assembly. I think the results of this election in 2023 will surprise many.
Okay.
You will witness a substantial surge in BJP's vote share and seat share. And I'm sure that the people of Meghalaya will vote for a corruption-free, dynasty-free, development-oriented government.
When you say corruption free, because we're looking at MDA government, your two ministers were very much part of this government. Yes, your president did raise several times the scams in the Autonomous District Council. However, there was no word from the central government or deciding to, withdraw from the alliance. Why is it that now, because everyone, even the public, are questioning that what is BJP saying now that they weren't part of the government and they're blaming fingers, and now we also have your contenders, your opponents like Congress, TMC, they're all pointing hands at BJP and saying that they're changing their stance now. Even the NPP national president also, he's saying that they were very much part of the government. Now they're just playing safe and saying that, corruption, they never took part. It's just NPP. So,
No, let me first say that people like the Congress party have no locus standi to talk about corruption. They were booted out of power in the country because of rampant scams and corruptions in the central government. As far as TMC is concerned, I think they are the scam masters. Whether it's your chit fund scams or your scams in government jobs in Bengal, TMC has no business to comment about corruption in any part of the country. As regards to BJP, yes, we were very much a part of the MDA government, but with 2 seats in the assembly, in a democratic setup, your influence is directly correlated with your seats in the assembly. Even as we were a part of the government, we had very little control, say, on the policies and in the actions of the government. Despite that, constantly our state president has raised objections, raised questions about the conduct of the government led by NPP, and that's all documented. Most importantly, we believe that people of Meghalaya clearly understand that in the last so many years in Assam, which is your next door neighbor, there hasn't been any scams. In Manipur, in Tripura, in Arunachal, people have witnessed that where BJP is in power, corruption is not order of the day. It's not, the narrative there is not about scams and corruption. So there is a deep sense of faith that has developed over time, particularly because of the 9 years of central government under Prime Minister Modi, where not one single corruption charge has been established anywhere, which is a record of sorts for India. People of Meghalaya are well educated, they are politically conscious, they know all these facts, and therefore they trust that a stronger BJP in Meghalaya will mean a stronger Meghalaya, because BJP will check corruption, it will contain dynastic politics, and it will usher an era of performance politics, development oriented politics, report card politics in the state of Meghalaya.
What do you have to say about today? What happened was that AICC leader Rahul Gandhi, he stated that it's a word against the BJP, and that the BJP and specifically the RSS are trying to attack the traditions, the religions and the cultures of the people in Meghalaya. So that is why don't vote for BJP, give your mandate to the Congress. What do you have to say about this?
I think Congress in this election in Meghalaya is a non-entity. And I'm saying this in all humility. Congress had more than 20 MLAs in the last assembly election. Today they are going into election in 2023 without a single MLA. In most of the seats, they are a non-factor. Rahul Gandhi ji should have deliberated a little bit more about his status of his Congress organization in Meghalaya. He has simply come here for election tourism and gone back after making a few statements. I don't think he understands or cares for the people of Meghalaya or their issues. I think the only thing he spoke about was his Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Right.
And that too, I hear, to 70% empty chairs. So I don't think I need to say more on Congress.
Okay. Well, that's one part that we're going to talk about, the empty chairs at the Congress rally. Now, let's talk about if BJP is voted to power in Meghalaya, how do you assure that, the practices or the identity of the people will not be interfered? They can live freely and how they are living, their ideologies or nothing will be altered or diluted. So how do BJP assure that?
Let me be more direct for the benefit of your viewers. I think what you're trying to ask is about Christians and your way of life.
Right.
So let me say very openly, and I say this with great conviction. Prime Minister Modi's message, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas. If you interpret that, it basically means that BJP, Prime Minister Modi, cares about and respects the local traditions, cultures, food habits, choice of religion. These are personal choices that people make. As long as these choices do not inconvenience any other section of society, BJP has due respect for that. We have tried a massive outreach program. When my Honorable National President JP Nadda ji visited Shillong, he took time to meet the pastors and other church leaders, along with other religious leaders in the city. When our Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji came for a visit to Tura, he called on the auxiliary bishop and the Baptist church leaders and had a very good exchange. We believe that India is for all Indians. We have to respect the regional aspirations, but marry them with national objectives. And most of all, I think BJP is not anti-church or anti-Christians. People forget about the fact that BJP government under the Prasad scheme is helping redevelopment of hundreds of old churches and related institutions. People don't talk about this. People don't talk about the fact that we have been in government in Nagaland. We haven't put a ban on food habits of people.
Okay.
We haven't done anything like that. We haven't put any other restrictions which are going to upset the community. So I think there is a lot of rumor mongering. Some people consider that the only way to tackle BJP is to paint it communal. But I think the people of Meghalaya have seen through all of this. They know that they want development, and all these communal charges just come up 30 days before elections, and the day the polling is done, all these charges against BJP will vanish. There will be no WhatsApp viral circulations and no allegations of the sort. So people are knowledgeable enough.
I think when we talk about this, I think our viewers should know, and recall, unfortunately BJP has been attacked for a fake information or notification on Valentine's Day. That's
They're quite used to it. This is standard modus operandi. That if you cannot blame BJP that Modi ji is corrupt. If you can't blame BJP that BJP has, under BJP rule, there's been some communal riots or whatever. If you can't blame BJP that it's not done development work, what are you going to do? You're going to resort to such frivolous things like circulating fake letters, extracting some news article that happened in Chhattisgarh, which is by the way, a Congress-ruled state, and try and paint BJP with it. So I think these are frivolous, these are absolutely pointless, and the people know it more than us. So honestly, we don't care about these things.
Now, talking about your assessment and all of that, we see that, I think what I know is that there are days that you just roam around and try to interact with the people around. What is it that when you talk to the locals, what is their feedback to you? What is it that you hear from them? Like what do they think of BJP from what you've been able to gather, or what is your feedback that you get from the people?
Well, over the last 3 months, I have had the privilege of spending significant time in Meghalaya. I have travelled across, the Jaintia region right up to Mukro.
Okay.
And I've traveled widely across the Khasi region, down to places like Ranikor and Mohsin Ram and elsewhere. Uh, apart from this, I spent a lot of time in Garo as well. I've traveled across Garo, Bagmara to Tura to upwards. Having seen the people closely and having spoken to them, over cups of tea and breakfast at small eateries and just chit chat with people you meet every day, not political workers essentially. I can sense very clearly that there is a very strong undercurrent against the Conrad Sangma family and the Mukul Sangma family because of corruption, because of lack of development. People are frustrated about the fact that till today in Meghalaya, 24/7 power electricity connection is not a reality. People are fed up with the fact that for every serious medical ailment, they have to go all the way down to Guwahati.
Right.
The healthcare system is broken. People are frustrated about the fact that till today, villages don't have road connectivity. For employment opportunities, the youth of this beautiful state has to leave the state.
And protest also.
So honestly, there is a strong resentment for what Congress did under Mukul Sangma, what the regional led parties has done. People want change. And people think that Modi is the only alternative that they have not tried as yet. And they also constantly see that other states that have brought in a BJP government have significantly benefited. So I think people have made up their mind for change, and the results of this election are going to surprise, rather shock many of the opposition parties.
Okay. Before we wrap this interview, I just wanted to ask you, which out of your 60, which are the seats that you're very sure that BJP is going to win?
Well, like I said, in all parts of the state, Khasi, Garo and Jaintia, there are several seats where we are in direct contest. Several seats which are triangular contests.
Right.
I think this election is predominantly between NPP and BJP. In some parts, TMC may be trying its luck, but other parties are pretty much fringe players in this election. I am very sure that in the post-election scenario, you will see a very strong BJP result and a BJP-led government in the state of Meghalaya.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Well, that was the National Secretary Rituji, an interview with EastMojo, who's spoken at length about what BJP has done and where does it see what it wants to bring for the state of Meghalaya. And Meghalaya will be going to polls on the 27th, just 4 more days left for the state to go to polls, and the results will be declared on March 2nd. Thank you for watching. This is Princess Rashir for EastMojo.com in Shillong.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.